guys, today we are going to go through how to test and install your whip light. So this is a whip light only controller. So I'm going to walk through the components you'll get in your order, as well as how to wire these particular items. So in front of me, you see I have a 2-foot pair of whips, a Bluetooth controller, our 2 whip wires, as well as the card that we send along with any of our RGB packages. So let's start at the beginning. So your whip lights come with your pigtails here. And then a lot of people ask, okay, well, how is this hooked up to the controller? Because you have a red, yellow, and black coming off each of your whip wires. And then you have a red, white, and black coming off the controller. So red is always hooked up to red, black to black, and then you have white to your yellow. So your white is your data line. And so when you're hooking up your whips, you always want to take your whip wire and have a very secure waterproof connection from your yellow to your white. So you'll take both your yellows from both whip wires, connect to the white. Again, the reds to the red off the controller and the blacks to the black. Make sure those are good connections. Make sure they're not touching anything. They're not touching each other. Wrap them in electrical tape, liquid electrical tape to make sure they're very secure. And then on the controller here, on the other side, you'll have your power and your ground. This does have an inline fuse in it, so always just make sure you check your fuse. A fuse is included in here, but in case something happens, always, nothing's connecting, please make sure to check your fuse. It's always a good place to start. One thing to note, when you're installing this controller, there is a microphone in it for the music mode. So if you are going to plan to use the music mode, please make sure you install in a place where the microphone can pick up the music. So if you're going to put it in your engine bay, it's not going to pick up sound very well. So either outside on the dash, behind your seat is always a good place to make sure it's exposed to the sound. So it picks up stuff pretty easily, but in the engine bay, what it'll hear is probably your motor running versus the music. So just note there. Again, and then you'll have your flags that come with it. We suggest using zip ties, so we include these in the package. So just make sure they're secure around here. Using a rubber clamp could overheat the LEDs. That's why we include the zip ties. And then this is the card you should get in any of your packages. So this is just some information, our website, phone number, anything like that on the back. Pay attention to these QR codes. So the top one is going to be, you scan it, it could take you either to our help website, our main website, any of our social media. So that way it's a quick tutorial. You just scan it with your camera and it'll bring you right to any website you're looking for. On here, this bottom one where it says iOS, this brings you directly to the iOS App Store where you can download the app LED Cord. On this side is the Android app, again, to download LED Cord. So or you can search for it in your App Store, and that is how you download the app. Again, LED Cord is the app we use. So that is that card. Make sure if you have any questions, visit the website first. A lot of helpful information on there. And then finally, you have your springs. So on your springs, you have your clevis pins. You have our Made in the USA springs. You undo the clevis pin, pull it right out. It's a keyed base, so that way it just slides right back in. And so it's a nice secure connection. And then put your clevis pin back in. And then there is a bolt and some locking washers that come with it. So that way you have a good connection to any bracket you're going to use. Just make sure we've already included the grease. So that way it's not going to rust. That bolt's not going to rust in there. So anyways, that is how you wire up a whips. Thanks.